By far, the creepiest creature I've ever come across is skinwalkers. These things apparently are some sort of witch that can transform into different animals, but the thing that terrifies me the most is how many sighting stories there are. And the weirdest part is most of the time, the stories are scarily similar. So, right now I'm in the Navajo Nation, which that consists of Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and Colorado. This is the area where skinwalkers originate, and I did my research and I found 6 locations where people have seen them and they have the full story of what they saw. And I'm gonna try to figure out if what they saw was an animal, an old lady, or maybe they saw something actually weird. But first we're starting with a skinwalker sighting in Arizona. This one is actually from a Navajo person. They remember a experience while driving on the reservation with their older brother and sister late at night. Around 2 a.m. they spotted an elderly woman walking along the highway. However, as they continued down the dirt road, they encountered the same woman walking alone on the road. As they approached, their car shut down and the woman stood, walked across the road, and turned to reveal her face was painted completely black. She then disappeared into the distance, and they learned from their father that the elderly couple, known for practicing bad medicine, had lived between the 2 highways, and she occasionally walked that road. If I saw an old lady with a cane sprinting like fast as, that would be scary. We're gonna drive down the road that they said never to drive on.
Maybe we're not supposed to be here.
We're making a video documentary about skinwalkers. Would you happen to know anything about them? Not during the day?
Some of them are like dogs that walk, of course. Some of them are
Two-legged. Do you have seen some?
yeah.
In this area? So we looked around the area and rode from the story and what the man had told us for quite a while. If it was nighttime, that would be really scary, but I feel like it would just kind of be funny right now.
Yeah.
At each spot, we're going to say if we think this story was real or not.
I think it's a real. I think they really saw someone walking, but I don't think it was a skinwalker. I think they just saw 2 different old ladies.
We didn't find much at this first spot, but we had 5 more locations and stories to cover, and they get a lot more creepy. We did some driving off camera, and this is the next location. We're in a big camping area, but it is like massive. It was just a couple camping here. They should have got attacked by the skinwalker. They can be a couple and I don't have a girlfriend. They're camping, they're in their tent, they're having a good time. Then they hear distinct footsteps behind their tent after dark. This isn't really one of those camping sites where there's a lot of tents nearby. It's kind of like everyone's kind of far away. Despite being in a remote area, after checking outside, they found nothing. Then they go back in their tent and they start hearing footsteps again. And I guess this really creeps them out, so they decide to leave. On their way out, they hear a gunshot from nearby campers, who also packed up and left. Wait, this is kind of cooked. So at the very least, we're looking out for somebody who might shoot us. I got my drone. It's still a little bit light outside. The next location, which is more hours away, it's definitely gonna be dark by the time we get here. Okay, looking through the forest. That'd be crazy. We see something running. Oh, we gotta like call them out, right?
Yeah.
Skinwalker! Okay. Anything moving at all? Dude, I feel like the way we would be able to see skinwalkers is like with something like this, because they wouldn't know there's a drone thousands of feet in the air watching them. Like, I actually feel like this is a good tactic. Oh, my drone is getting railed. Oh, what the? I have like no control. Why is this? Oh gosh, no! My drone! My drone literally almost crashed because how strong the wind was. So we went into the forest ourselves to see if we could spot anything weird. The guy said they wouldn't come out until night anyways. People were camping in an area like this. For all we know, this could have been their campsite. Okay, let's go a little higher up. Good vantage point at the top of the mountain. Hearing gunshots in a forest like this would be a little bit concerning.
Hearing gunshots anywhere would be concerning.
Well, yeah, I guess that's a good point. They hear footsteps. They said they were very clear footsteps.
Wait, like do footsteps?
Bro, the skinwalker was trying to be quiet. He was like, shit, oh, no, oh gosh, they're gonna know I'm here. Okay, so heard footsteps, look around, don't see anything. Do we see anything?
Who brought me to the forest to look for fake creatures?
I brought you to the forest to kill you.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's it.
We gotta go towards it. And in any good horror movie, they go towards the sound. So that's what we gotta do. It's like just slight enough that I can kind of see right now, but it's about to get very dark. Dude, I heard something just where we were, back where we were.
What if we saw ourselves just there? And then they're saying, I hear something.
I believe the story 100% was real. I just don't know if I would say it's a skinwalker. This is a believable place to see one because of how big this area is and how much like trees and stuff there is to hide. I will say it's really weird to be shooting at something, so this one's just unsolved. I have no idea. It definitely was a weird story, but each place we're gonna go to was gonna get significantly weirder until we eventually were going to a place called Skinwalker Mountain, where apparently skinwalkers lived at. But for now, this sighting took place 2 years ago. Basically, he was on an assignment in the army, and then he gets to Route 491. Which is the route we're on right now. It used to be Route 666. Okay, after a lot of miles driving in the road, basically, barely lit by moonlight, he saw a road sign at first. He came closer, he realized it was a person walking on the shoulder of the road. That's definitely creepy, regardless of if it was a normal person or not. In the darkness, they were wearing some sort of poncho with long black hair flowing past their chest. Once he passed nearby them, his radio cut off. As he approached, he saw the person raise their right arm as to flag me down to get a ride. He said, not today, buddy. Once he passed them, everything turned back on. As he drives further, another person, he sees the same man. And then at this point, he was obviously freaking out. And then the man started running after him, sprinting after the car. But as I continued to speed up, he did too. He drove faster and faster. When I looked in the mirror, I would see him behind me. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw something in another shape. It wasn't a man, at least. I glanced over myself. It looked like some sort of animal, but it started running alongside the car. He just keeps driving, and eventually the thing isn't there anymore. His radio turns back on. He told a soldier in his unit about it who was native, and they told him about skinwalkers. Okay, so we're on this road right now where apparently this happened. I guess we should probably drive, right? We should see if we see any people. You know what I'm imagining? As he said, like there's a guy chasing him.
Yeah.
I'm imagining the guy from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And he's like, Flint Lockwood, we should be playing music. Because he said his music cut off. When you run over a dude, but it's actually a skinwalker? I'm just gonna be locked in, dude. Locked in. Dude, that...
Saw something?
Yeah, we gotta check that out. It just looked like a blanket. But I want to check it out. I don't know if this was like a sign or something, but the only light I have just died while it was charging. Like completely stopped working. I got it like not that long ago. It was like $150 light. A diaper? That is disgusting.
Skinwalker babies?
Wait, we are the guys in the story, bro. He saw two people. He saw someone walking alongside the road. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh, that's actually concerning. I don't want to open it up.
Wait. A poncho? Isn't that what you said you saw? No.
Dude, that's cooked as hell. I actually have goosebumps. I gotta kind of open it up, right?
I guess. What, do you think it's gonna mutate into a skinwalker?
I don't want to touch it anymore. I feel like that's a bad luck. Right by a sign. When he said he thought it was a sign.
Oh shit.
And there's a poncho.
Damn, maybe.
Dude, this is actually a little bit weird. Wait, is there anything else over here?
Footprints? Dog footprints?
Do you believe his story or not? Little too crazy for me personally.
Yeah, a little too good, a little too well written, bro.
I think people could just be walking along this road. We then headed to the furthest one away, truly in the middle of nowhere, to the creepiest place yet. They were camping in the Kebab National Forest near the Grand Canyon and heard eerie sounds sitting by their campfire. They spotted nothing with their flashlights, but soon began to hear what sounded like a woman whispering in a foreign language. The sound then turned into a painful wailing. The couple felt very unnerved and cold. I feel very cold.
Oh, there's something over there.
It's just the trees, bro. I heard that over there. It's making the weirdest sound. It just sounds like weird creaking. So we might be going to actually exactly where they heard the woman crying. Like, if you walked for just 5 minutes straight that way, you'd be lost. I wonder what is up with all these broken trees. Like, take a look at this. How does this happen to a tree? All right. How should we split up and make sure we don't get lost? I go like straight that way, you go straight that way? Apparently, skinwalkers go after people when they're alone, so we wanted to split up to have an even better chance of finding something weird. Me and Ethan are splitting up and doing what I said we probably should not do, which is walk straight into the place that looks like we could get lost.
This creepy as hell, I ain't gonna lie.
Outward cam for a little. I'm gonna try my best to walk straight. Oh, I just hit that tree. Oh, this is this is a little more scary for sure. One of the things you're never supposed to do in Navajo areas where skinwalkers are, well, obviously say their name, but be alone. Be alone is one of the biggest things. Dude, what's up with all these trees just destroyed? Dude, and then there are all the dead trees like squeak really weird.
Bro, this creepy as hell, I ain't gonna lie. There's some kind of either an animal or I don't know. That does not sound like trees. Lorax would not be happy here, bro. Dude, I swear I hear stuff. Oh, hell no. Hell nah. I'm hearing it all the way over there. I don't know if I'm tweaking. Alright, I'm going back. I could have swore I saw something walk past, bro.
Ethan?
Bro, I'm sorry. I could not last a minute over there, bro.
Dude, when I saw you, I freaked out actually.
My bad.
Well, because I was peeing and I looked behind me and there was a light. I was like, no way. I do actually have a theory on their story though. The whispering, I low-key think it is one of the trees, bro. It sounds like, they make some weird creaking sounds. And I could even almost say that's the crying as well. So yeah, I personally think the story was just that. While that was the most creepy yet, we headed to the 5th spot where we would actually learn a little bit more about skinwalkers. And by the way, if you wanted to buy some of this absolutely fire merch I am wearing, just click the top link in the description. And for the first week, use code GROOVY10 to get 10% off. But for now, we headed to the next spot. We're significantly more in the middle of nowhere. Every location we go to, I'm like, we can't possibly get any more in the middle of nowhere. And then we get even more in the middle of nowhere. A non-native teacher who worked at the Navajo reservation, which is where we are, shared this story. In 1997, a student named Billy mentioned that a neighbor was a skinwalker and could transform into an animal and peer through windows. That is actually so terrifying. At the time, teacher obviously dismissed it. It's like, whatever, buddy. After teaching a late night astronomy class, the teacher was driving home when a strange, shapeless black mass passed in front of the car's headlights, swallowing the light and creating a feeling of unease. Afterwards, the teacher rushed home, locking the doors and reflecting on the experience. The next day, a Navajo friend had identified the phenomenon as a SW. A skinwalker, reassuring the teacher it couldn't harm white people. Wait, no way?
Oh, I'm cooked.
Sorry about that, buddy.
No. Wait, what?
Skinwalkers can't harm white people. Now that is white privilege. I don't know how true this is. I'm gonna have to ask a Navajo person in the next video. This is the school I believe he worked at, and then he drove down this way, down that way. I mean, we'll drive down there, and I'm gonna turn on the high beams. We're gonna lock in.
I think it was the black dude.
You think it was a black dude?
Dude,
wait. You think it was a black dude with no legs, no head, and no eyes?
Yep.
So along this road is where he saw the black abyss.
I wouldn't be surprised, Red.
Oh my gosh.
What?
That shit was looked like what I would imagine a skinwalker looked like.
What'd you see, a blob?
Oh my gosh. Wait, I actually gotta see this. Wait, I'm getting my phone out to record.
Did it have a head?
Yeah. It looked like, bro, it looked like a Black Panther. Holy shit. Where did that shit go? I actually have to see that. Oh, that's just a dog. Oh, 2 dogs.
I swear, y'all niggas just seeing black people, bro. Yeah,
Skinwalker. Skinwalker.
Yeah, skedaddle. Skedaddle.
Skinwalker.
Oh yeah, they don't like that. They don't like that
Would
at
they
all.
though, like, would they come more near if they were skinwalkers or run away?
Wait, that one's transforming into a human.
Nah, he's chill though. Okay, I'm not gonna lie though. When we were driving decently fast, When I saw that black dog, it looked weird as fuck.
If I were to believe in skinwalkers, I don't know if I would believe that they could turn into a floating blob, a floating black blob. So no, this sighting is not, it's not too convincing for me.
There's like lots of dogs, lots of animals and stuff in the area. I think you probably saw a really dark animal. Finally, we headed to the most terrifying spot yet, Skinwalker Mountain. So you cannot see behind us at all, but there is a massive mountain. The Skinwalker sighting happened only about a year ago. To the locals, it's known as Skinwalker Mountain. Holy shit. It is called that because at the center of the large structure is an open cave with no entrances to get in. And in the cave is said to be Hogan, bones/skins of various animals, and paintings on the rock walls. The only way to access it is by a portal, which only skinwalkers are able to open. Skinwalker Mountain is said to be the collection point for all skinwalkers to have meetings and ceremonies where they initiate new members to their wicked ways. Oh, this is freaky actually. They believe this rock here behind us is where they basically hide out. Like, this is like the Skinwalker headquarters.
The only thing that is keeping me from believing like this is their headquarters is like, it's cold as hell, bro.
I think they're probably used to living over here. Just have to walk straight this way. Holy fuck.
No. I was tweaking.
Dude, I was like zoning out. I was like looking for like footprints. I actually really think we should be very careful for like rattlesnakes. Like, I don't know if what we're doing is the smartest. Oh fuck.
What?
Some weird prints.
Oh, I see that.
I'm seeing like a few weird prints in it. No way the light just died.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Alright. We're pretty close to the base. This place does feel very ominous, I will say. Yeah, I don't think we can go much further up, to be real with you. Yeah, let's walk over to this rock over here. Okay guys, the mountain right in front of us. Wait, did you hear that? What? I swear I heard something. Okay. I'm gonna call this the ominous mountain.
Call it the Griffith Castle.
Griffith! Okay, well, I just yelled really loud. I should probably yell Skinwalker. That's kind of why we were here. Skinwalker! Oh my gosh, dude, that's terrifying.
What if they all start coming up? I'm not gonna lie, I could have swore I heard a whistle.
Stop playing, bro.
Like from down there.
By our car?
They fucking with our car. Nah,
What could?
somewhere. There you go.
Just two dudes. Skinwalker Mountain at 3 a.m.
What do we do?
What do we do?
I mean, we're both cold. We could get warmth in by, you know, having body-to-body contact. I could see that there's skinwalkers, like feral people that like do some weird seances and shit, and they do need a place to live, and they don't live in civilization.
Overall, there weren't really any stories that I was fully convinced were real, but we did learn a good bit about skinwalkers, how they were a lot more human than we thought, and it almost sounded like they could still actually exist. So maybe these stories aren't real, but in the next video, I'm gonna figure out, by talking to actual natives, what they are and if there's any chance they still exist. And then after that, we would be spending a full night at Skinwalker Ranch, all while live. Don't forget to go buy the merch. Use code Groovy10 and you'll get 10% off the first week. Also, I'm collaborating with Sam and Colby at 2 million, so destroy the subscribe button.